So I got a red safety retainer. Basically just pulls off. And basically this thing here, should be able to push this in and remove this line. There's a little fuel pressure in there still. So I'll get a rag or something to cover that up. You can loosen the gas cap too, that'll help eliminate fuel continuing to flow usually. So there we go. We got it off. So I'm going to believe this is the main connector for the fuel pumps. It has an auxiliary and a main fuel pump in the tank. So we'll just disconnect it here and wrap it over the top there. So it's actually attached to the top too, so you'll need to pull it out of its little hole on the top too. Just a tip there, of course you'll discover that. There's a couple connectors up here too, vacuum emission connectors for vapors, and you'll need to disconnect those as well. Looks like they get the same push button as the fuel line, so just push those buttons and it should theoretically come apart for you. So yeah, driver's side rear of the gas tank. And then we got this here. Of course, not such a great idea. They put this on the bottom of the gas tank, so if you have gas in it, it's going to dump out. Sucks. Just make sure you get something to catch it. Just probably a 7 or 8 millimeter or 5/16 or a screwdriver. Get that loose, and then another clip push button connector right there, which doesn't connect to the fuel tank, so you can leave that connector alone. Just a play-by-play as I'm doing this here. So I think it's come to the point of removal. Have the fuel line undone. Bolts in the front undone here. I don't see anything along the side except another bolt undone there. The electrical connector's undone. The two vacuum evap items up there, the pipes are undone. Got that bolt there. Bolt over here. The fuel line undone. And the last bolt there. Of course, with this type of gas tank, I don't really have a good setup for my jack. But it's not falling to the floor, and it is empty, which yours probably will be after draining the gas there. I suppose there's somehow some way you could stuff it full of something so it doesn't leak out too much, but it's probably just going to be best to somehow find some containers and fill up your containers with gas. So we're ready to just drop this down, and we'll let you know if there's anything else hanging this up. So we do have it, one 10 millimeter bolt right up there. So we'll need to take that off too. And then it should come down. Okay, we got the tank assembly out. No surprises. Fuel pump 1 probably, maybe. Transfer pump they'd call it. So if you work on Chryslers, you see the familiar red safety device. We'll just push that over, and we can should be able to push this down and pull it off. It's got like 12,000 miles on this vehicle. I can safely say I'm the first person to be here after it's all put together. So do that for the other side as well, because what we're doing on this one is cleaning it all out because it had diesel in it. So So here's the fuel pump assembly. I'm sure your new one will look a lot similar to the old one right here. We have the attachment here for the line that goes across. This does have to come off. You unsnap this from there before you can take this out. This will lift up only so far, about there maybe, and then you pop this off, and then this will fit out about like this. You will pull this out. It'll sit in here. It'll sit up here and only come up so far. Then you take the float off. Then you'll be able to pull it out the rest of the way. And also, this, you see the snap here. Just push it down. It's in the release position right now. Push this down that way, and you can pull this off the fuel pump, and then it'll snap it back up when you reattach it. So I hope this helps you replace your fuel pump. Lift it up halfway, take the float off, you pull it off the rest of the way, disconnect this, and you can pull it all out. And reverse procedure to install. So we've pushed it all the way down. We got our retainer ring on here, and we just take a hammer, again, and screwdriver or proper driving tool, and we'll drive it back that way and lock it into place. That's how you replace your fuel pump on your 2012 Dodge Durango Crew all-wheel drive.